Do you have some positives to say on the movie?
I mean, it looked nice. There was nice shots in it. I mean, I didn't have any real issue with like the direction of it or anything. I just felt like it just felt like there wasn't enough going on, or there was too, like I say, there's too much going. Honestly, you know what I felt like? I felt like they tried to take a TV miniseries and cram it into 3 hours, but only like the first season, and it wasn't even an interesting season.
Yeah, no, I think the first 45 minutes are really exciting.
Yeah, they started well. I'll give you that.
And cinematic, because as it was starting, I went, oh, you know what? I should have given him the benefit of the doubt. Like he knows how to open a movie. I think this is going to be good. And then the rest
slams the brakes on.
The rest is about like 3 episodes of a mini series. I'd say like most like the cinematic like quality shots happen in the early part of the movie.
Yeah.
And then the rest, like, well, it doesn't look like cheap. Like it looks like, TV quality, I would say.
Yeah,
I feel like prestige TV quality, but still.
Yeah, I think it would have worked a lot better as a TV show. Like it reminded me a bit of like Game of Thrones with all the really different story threads going on at the same time. But yeah, it just didn't work as a movie.
Yeah, I think there's really no reason that this is not a TV show, and I'm a type of person who really doesn't like that argument usually. I wish this was just a TV show I could watch at home, but this really just not seem like it's the quality of like and the type of story that they want to tell. They're going to do 4 movies, which is just like they're going to do like 3 seasons of TV, basically.
Yeah, it seemed like it definitely was like only half of what it would like. I would imagine that maybe the 1 and 2 that they shot, maybe together they work really well. But I mean, like you can't have like, oh, this only works well if you watch 6 hours worth of a movie.
Well, because this was not a movie.
No, it's not really, is it? It's like a bunch of short films stuck together.
We're going to try to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, I guess we're not in spoilers.
But like, what is the climax of this movie? Like, is the climax of this movie is like an act of genocide? And the score while that all was happening was absolutely terrible.
I thought the score was pretty poor throughout, to be honest with you. It's really, really like just
I feel like the composer was watching the movie on mute and like not really paying attention to what was going on, because the music was not really matched at all with what was happening.
No, that's very true.
The movie ends basically with these characters doing this reprehensible thing, and then they're riding outside of a valley, and then the score is like so like sweet and like sort of like adventurous.
I feel like that was because it was like running into the weird montage that they did for the next movie at the end. I don't know if that's a spoiler to say that it ends with a montage of future movie, because it took me a second to realize that's what was happening. I was like, oh, is this movie done now? Were we looking at it? It wasn't like next time on Horizon. It was just straight into this montage of shots. I was like, oh, this is the next movie, isn't it?
Yeah, that was basically it. And I should say a bit of a warning to people, and I've never like literally said this before, but maybe skip out and go to the theater on this one, because some stuff that they show in the trailer, they showed in the preview for the next movie, which is like total bullshit.
That is bullshit.
Because like
you basically lied.
It shows like the fight that Costner is in.
When he kicks the guy, it's like, look at all this cool stuff Kevin Costner can do in this movie. No, he's not going to do any of that.
What are they doing?
He basically does nothing.
He does nothing in this movie.
Technically, it was in the movie though, Trevor, because they showed it in the montage at the end. So technically, that's part of the runtime of this movie.
He doesn't say any of his quips.
No, that's true.
Does that. No, he doesn't do anything. Basically, like he has to defend himself against one person.
Yeah. That was a pretty good scene, though.
That was a very good scene.
Yeah.
It's like that scene and like the opening raid are
they're good.
The 2 very good parts of this movie. I'd say some other stuff I think was filmed by like a second unit director.
Yeah, probably. That's one of the problems with when you have like very separate storylines that are going to interconnect at the end. It's like that's why I likened it to Game of Thrones, because there was lots of times in Game of Thrones when like it would shift to a different plot, and you'd be like, "Oh, I don't really want to watch this plot. I'd rather go back to the one I was just watching because this one's dull, or don't like these characters as much."
Yeah.
So it's like whenever it went to the wagons, you're like, "Okay, I guess we're with the wagons again. Let's see what Luke Wilson's up to." Nothing.